shit, I did it! Yes, finally! Oh my god. Holy shit, I finally killed him! I'm lucky that I got the projectile disappeared. Holy fuck, that took forever. Hey everybody, this is Jeff here of NVG Games for another episode of Top 5 Tuesdays. This is our weekly web series here on YouTube where we look at my personal choices for the top 5 things in the world of Nintendo. It could be games, sequels, franchises, music, soundtracks, art, box art, concepts, anything that's Nintendo related. So this week we're going to be doing my choices for the top 5 games or franchises that have appeared on Nintendo platforms that I think need either sequels or, you know, new games in that particular series or just a sequel to that particular game.
Number 5.
Coming in at number 5 is going to be Startropics on the NES. Now, Startropics, if you never played it, is kind of a action-adventure type of game. Kind of like Zelda sort of is, but it's more action-based than adventure-based. So it's a pretty fun game, and it did actually get a sequel. The series did, and Startropics being the original game, of course. And the sequel came out in 1994 on the NES. It was called Zoda's Revenge: Startropics 2, and that was the last game to be released in the series. There was no more Startropics games since then. I think there's been ported to a virtual console a few times, but other than that, that's a port. That's not a new game, so that doesn't really count for that purpose. But it's something that a lot of people have wanted to see, and that includes myself. And hopefully, Nintendo will get with it and make a new game in that series sometime in the near future. That'd be nice.
Number 4.
So next on the list is the Wars series. You know, Advance Wars, Famicom Wars, that kind of thing. Battalion Wars. And the last new game in that series was Battalion Wars 2, which released in 2007 on the Wii. And there was also a Battalion Wars game on GameCube as well, if I remember correctly. But we have not seen a new game in the Wars series since 2007. And that includes portable titles. There is no recent ones for DS or 3DS or anything like that. So hopefully they'll come out with a new game in that series sometime in the near future as well. I haven't really played the Battalion Wars games that extensively, but the Advance Wars ones on the portable systems are really fun, and I would like to see them go back to that. Maybe do a 3DS Wars, like 3D Wars or something. I don't know, whatever they would call it, but you get my point. Something similar to that for 3DS.
Number 3.
So next up, coming in at number 3 is FZero. And the last game in the series was technically FZero Climax on the Game Boy Advance, which released in 2004, but it was never released outside Japan. So the last one we got here was FZero GP Legend, which also released on the GBA, but that was in 2003, so a year earlier before FZero Climax. And that was also the year that we got the last console version of FZero, which is FZero GX on the GameCube. And we haven't seen a release in the series here in North America since 2003, with the portable game GP Legend and the console game FZero GX. So they did put a mini game of sorts in Nintendo Land on the Wii U, which has an F-Zero attraction, as I think they called the different themed areas of the game. And you can use the Wii U gamepad to control your car for F-Zero. So you hold it, vertically oriented, kind of like this, like you would a book almost, basically. And then you tilt the gamepad around like that to steer around the curves and that sort of thing. I thought it was pretty fun, and I could see it working possibly for more full-fledged game. And I thought they were going to possibly do that, but they never did. And here we are, 34 years into the life cycle of the Wii U, and they haven't done it yet, so they're probably not going to, especially with NX on the horizon. So maybe they'll put a new one out for NX. That would be nice to see.
Number 2.
So number 2 is a much older series, and this is Ogre Battle, which was on the SNES, the N64, PlayStation, GBA, that sort of thing. And I think there was one for the Neo Geo Pocket in Japan as well. But the last one we got here was Ogre Battle 64, which was, of course, on the N64, and that released back in 1999, almost 20 years ago. Then we also got a spin-off sequel to Tactics Ogre, which was Tactics Ogre: The Night of Lotus, which released on the Game Boy Advance back in 2002. But again, that was technically a spin-off, so that doesn't really count as a true Ogre Battle game as far as I'm concerned. The last Ogre Battle game with that name in the title was 64 back in 1999. And that is one of my personal favorites for as far as RPGs and strategy games go. And if you haven't played it and you're into those kinds of games, you should check it out. It's really a good game and pretty fun. But again, you have to like strategy games. It's definitely strategy heavy, so if you don't like that type of game, you probably wouldn't enjoy it. But if you do, like I do, then you would probably enjoy it. So check that out. And it's probably going to cost a pretty penny on the used market since it's an RPG. But maybe you can get it on a virtual console or something if they put that out for that. I don't know if they ever did. I'm going to look that up real quick while I'm thinking about it, so I can let you know. Yes, it is available on the Wii Virtual Console, so if you want to check it out, you can get it on there. If you can't find a cart version of it on your N64, or if you don't have an N64, you can check it out on Wii, assuming they didn't take it off there. I think Nintendo may be closing down the Wii Shop channel here in the next year or two, so you might want to get it onto that if you haven't done so already. We're working on closing down the DSi one already, I heard, so I wouldn't be surprised to see them do the Wii one as well. But back to the list here.
Number 1.
The last one, coming at number 1, is the Gaia series, which is a kind of a loose series. It's not really, a true series with a 1, 2, and 3 or anything like that, but it's considered a series by fans, and that includes myself. So the series consists of Soul Blazer, which I think was released in '92, if I remember correctly, on the Super Nintendo. Then we had Illusion of Gaia, also on Super Nintendo, and that was in '94, I believe. And then we had Terra Nigma in 1996. Then that was the last game released in the series, which, as of this year, is 20 years ago exactly. So, but that game was never released in North America. It was only released in Europe and Japan. We never got it here. Why? I don't know, but it could be because Quintet, which was the developers of the game, folded business operations around the same time the game came out, if I remember correctly. I'm going to look that up right quick. I know they're no longer in business, but I don't remember when they closed. Technically, they haven't really closed per se, but they haven't done anything since 2000 or 2002, according to the Wikipedia article about them. And same with their website; it's been inactive since then as well. But they also did the ActRaiser series, which we've been playing that on our Let's Play series for the very first game. Now, they did ActRaiser 2 as well, apparently, but that was not as good in my opinion, because they took out the simulation aspects, which was the best part, I thought. And they also did the Grand Stream Saga. They worked on that, also with Shade. That was another company that worked on that with them. A game called Solo Crisis, Code R, Planet Laika, Brightest. They helped out on Shenmue. They did Simple 1500 Series Volume 78, The Zero Yawn, and Godzilla Generations Maximum Impact, and Robotrek. That's according to the Wikipedia article. So yeah, Terra Nigma and Soul Blazer play very similar to each other. Illusion of Gaia is a little bit different. They're all a little bit different from each other, but basically the concept is the same kind of thing. It's like an action RPG or action adventure type of game, and they're really fun. And if you like RPGs like I do, then you should check them out. Let's see. Terra Enigma is not available on Virtual Console as far as I know, which is unfortunate. Let's see if Soul Blazer or Illusion of Gaia are. Soul Blazer is not either, and neither is Illusion of Gaia. So if you want to play those games, you're going to have to track down cartridges and a Super Nintendo to play them, unfortunately. But they are definitely worth checking out if you can find a copy. So yeah, that is my top 5 choices for games or franchises that I think need sequels. If you agree with me or disagree with me, you can let me know in the comments below. Let me know what your choices are for the best games or franchises that need sequels and what your thoughts are. And if you like the video, feel free to hit the like button here or comment any additional comments, and you can hit the subscribe here to subscribe to our channel and follow along with more videos. We do a new episode of different series Monday through Saturday. Sunday we take the day off, and you can follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/nvideogaming or on Twitter at twitter.com/nvideogames, and you can check us out on our official website nvideogames.com for Nintendo news, screenshots, trailers, and lots more good stuff. So thanks for tuning in, and thanks for watching, and game on.